Are you serious? Are you serious? What? Earthquakes, earthquakes, earthquakes. Yes, and it was prophesied in the Bible, several places throughout the Word of God, especially Jesus mentions it so powerful as one of the major signs of the end times. Get a cup of coffee, get a Bible, and turn it to Matthew 24. We're going to read to you some of the prophetic signs. I'm going to share with you all the earthquakes that have happened in the last 24 hours and all the major earthquakes that's happened this year through today, July the 23rd, 2013. Get a cup of coffee first and calm down. Ethiopian organic coffee. Very good. Thank you so much for that. Here we go. Matthew 24. Verse 3, Jesus says, as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? What shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes in divers places. And all of these are the beginning of sorrows. And then he goes on to talk about the persecutions that's coming upon Christians and Jews around the world, and many more signs. But let's focus on the earthquakes. Now, here's the number of earthquakes. I'm going to thank Nick of North Carolina for getting this to me. But here's the number of earthquakes that are at least 4.0 or higher in the last 24 hours. Okay? 4.4 Alaska. And listen to how many different places it happens in the world. 4.6 Peru. 4.1 Russia. 4.6 Fiji. 4.3 Chile. 4.5 Fiji Islands. 5.3 Japan. 4.8 Indonesia. 4.5 Japan. 4.9 the Philippines. 4.6 Japan. 4.6 Indonesia. 5.1 north of the Ascension Island. 32 minutes later, 5.2 north of the Ascension Islands. 4 minutes later, 5.2 north of the Ascension Islands. 4.3 New Zealand. 4.6 Russia. 5.0 Chile. 4.6 New Zealand. And 5.0 South Indian Ocean. That is the last 24 hours. Now we know we just had a couple days ago a 6.9 on Sunday in 6.9 in New Zealand that busted some windows and broke some water mains and shook up some buildings. And we know then a few hours later, early Monday morning, China was hit with only a 5.9, but it killed 89 people and injured over 600 people. So earthquakes are going to continue. You're not going to run away from it. They're going to increase. And I'm going to share with you also in a few moments what it says in the book of Isaiah, because it prophesies not only going to see more and more and more increase of earthquakes, so much so that the earth is going to reel and rock like a drunken man, but it even prophesies of a pole shift that's going to happen in these last days. And some people believe it's already begun, that not a full, complete pole shift, but at least maybe 10, 15 degrees because of the change of the weather patterns. It's not Al Gore. It's not global warming because of Al Gore and too much carbon in the air. It's because the poles are shifting as prophesied in the Word of God. The reason the birds are falling out of the sky, 5,000, the fish are washing up on the banks by the millions, and the cattle and the deer and the buffalo and the elk and the bison are falling over dead, is because something biblical is going on with the signs of the second coming of Christ, which we explained to you in our book, Hosea Prophecy, and you can find out all about it. Dead birds, dead fish, dead cows, a 3,000-year-old prophecy that is in the book of Hosea chapter 4, verses 1, 2, and 3. We explain it to you why it never happened. He prophesied it. Hosea prophesied it 3,000 years ago. We're just now seeing it come to pass. Much like all the water turning blood red in the lakes, these are biblical prophecies in the Bible. Now, look at here's the number of major quakes. Here's what the significant quakes that we've had so far just this year. This is really quite fascinating. Listen to how big they are and listen where they're at. Now, there's been bigger earthquakes before, and of course, each year we always have significant quakes, but it's seeming to intensify every year in these last days. 5.9 China, that's the one that killed 89 people. 6.5 New Zealand. 7.3 South Sandwich Islands. Matter of fact, let me give you the dates on it. The 5.9 in China that killed 89 people was Sunday, July 21st. The 6.9 in New Zealand that caused all the damage, same day. Local time on each one of these, Sunday, July 21st. 7.3 on July 15th in South Sandwich Islands. 6.6 Papua New Guinea on July the 7th, on 7/7/13. 7.3 earthquake Papua New Guinea on 7/7/2013, but in a different location. 2 big quakes, same day in New Guinea. 6.1 Indonesia on July the 2nd. 6.6 in the Mid-Atlantic Ridge on June 24th. And that earthquake was prophesied by the Harvest Army Church International with Bishop Dr. K.D. Collins. And they are a very prophetic church with a lot of prophecies that are keep fulfilling themselves. 5.8 earthquake happened on June the 16th, 2013 in Mexico. That earthquake was actually prophesied by Dr. Orr out of Kenya, who has a lot of his prophecies that are continually coming forth all the time. 6.5 Nicaragua on June 15th. 6.7 the Christmas Island on June 13th. 5.3 Hawaii on June 5th. 4.8 California on April 29th. 6.7 Oaxaca, the Sea of Ocosta on May 24th. Same sea area, 8.3 of Oaxaca on May 24th. 8.3. 5.7 Greenville, California on May 24th. 7.4 Tonga on May 23rd. 4.4 Shawville, Canada on May 17th. 6.8 Northern Marina Islands on May 14th. 6.5 Papua New Guinea on April 23rd. 6.6 China on April 20th. 7.2 Russia on April 19th. 6.6 Papua New Guinea took place on April 16th. 7.7 on the border of Iran and Pakistan on April 16th. 4.4 Luther, Oklahoma on April 16th. 6.6 Papua New Guinea on April 14th. 5.8 Japan on April 12th. 6.4 Bushehr, Iran. That's where one of the nuclear power plants are on April the 9th. 7.0 Indonesia on April the 6th. 4.7 Anza, California on March 11 on the anniversary of the mega Japan earthquake on March 11. 6.5 Papua New Guinea on March the 10th. 6.5, Russia on March the 1st. 6.9, Russia on February 28th. 4.2, Russia on February 15th. 6.6, Russia on February 14th, Valentine's Day. 5.1, Tonopah, Nevada on February 13th. 5.1, North Korea, February 12th. 6.6, Solomon Islands, February 9th. 6.9, Colombia, February 9th. 7.1, Solomon Islands, February 8th. 6.8, Solomon Islands, February 8th. 6.7, Solomon Islands, February 7th. 7.0, Solomon Islands, February 6th. 7.1, Solomon Islands, February 6th. Unbelievable. 8.0, Solomon Islands, February 6th. 6.9, Japan. I remember that all them major quakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major quakes in the Solomon Islands in a 24-hour period. It was so significant, I actually went live on a live show because something was shaking up. And as I stayed, there were 3 of them. I stayed live. I went live to report it. 3 more hit while I was on the air during the 2 hours I was covering the earthquakes. 6.9, Japan on February the 2nd. 6.8, Chile on January the 30th. And a 7.5 in southeastern portion of Alaska on January the 5th. That is all of these significant quakes so far this year alone. Not all the 4.0s and above, just the big ones. I mean, this is amazing. I just read to you how many 4.0s in the last 24 hours. These are the big ones strategically happening around the world as Jesus said it would happen. You might say, well, Paul, there's always been earthquakes. No, not like this. No. You just go back and look at your history. The numbers of quakes are so unbelievably increasing daily and in power that it's literally one of the major signs of the end times, but not the only one. Every sign in the book of Matthew 24 is coming to pass. The only one that we're really waiting on is the abomination of desolation spoken by Daniel the prophet that Jesus even refers to. And that would require the signing of a peace agreement. Oh, I forgot. They've been working. John Kerry went to the Middle East 6 times. 6 times and was able to get them to agree to come to Washington, D.C. next week and start meeting on the covenant in Daniel 9:27. Are you serious? We're seeing it. And look what's going on, all the murdering going on of Christians around the world. It's like a genocide. I mean, they just killed 40 Christian children in an elementary school in Nigeria. I mean, it's unbelievable. They're murdering, to beheading Christians. Nigeria, Uganda, Rwanda, Somalia, Pakistan, India, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Tunisia, Egypt, Syria, Yemen, Libya. I mean, and now there's been 2 Americans beheaded in New Jersey. An American Christian shot in the head by a Muslim. All of these by radical Muslims, by the way. Every one of these are by radical Islamic Muslims. A Christian man shot in the head sitting in church by a Muslim in Ohio. A soldier, a British soldier, decapitated in the streets by radical Islamist Muslims in London, England, and in France. It's going on around the world. Jesus said, for nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. All of these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and they shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many will wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel is preached of the kingdom shall be preached unto all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.